Rungvisai defeats Juan Francisco Estrada over 12 rounds by way of majority decision, successfully defending his WBC super flyweight title. I think the majority decision is the right one. It's indicative of how it was potential draw material, but I think Rungvisai just out-hustled the Mexican more, won the majority of those middle rounds, which negated that last great effort by Estrada in the last round when the fight really caught fire. Rungvisai now, what can you say about him? If you're not paying attention already, you better be now. That's another hell of a win. That's an A+ win for him. And talking about back-to-back victories, he's knocked out Roman Gonzalez and he's outpointed the technician Estrada. I thought he was going to stop him, so I was wrong there. The fact he managed to outpoint him and out-hustle him, showing his own boxing ability, he really has come out of nowhere in the last 12 months. As I understand, Estrada was the favourite because on paper you could see how his counter-punching style would nicely work against Rungvisai coming forward. I did expect Estrada to land more fluidly like we're used to seeing, but I think part of the reason we didn't, and part of the reason he was forced to change his game plan mid-fight, which he definitely gets credit for, but it wasn't quite enough I don't think, is that Rungvisai is quite a smart fighter. He's very difficult to read because in one moment he's a slugger coming forward with his head, throwing from strange angles, slinging those thudding punches in. And then he's very passive, just standing there quite upright, taking little backward steps in a very nonchalant manner. And I think that was confusing the rhythm of Estrada's fighting. He was expecting him to come forward more consistently without these strange pauses of stepping back then coming in. And that was it, you know, Rungvisai was fighting in a very good broken rhythm, throwing those strange shots. He leads nicely with the left hand, which can sucker punch well. He was throwing it in singles to the body. He was throwing 1-2s from the southpaw and then 2-1s, ending with the jab. And he just picks his shots well, even though he was falling over his feet, even though it looks ragged at times, he's thinking up there and he puts his punches together quite well. So I think that confused Estrada to quite a lot, and tactically managed to just outbox him in some rounds, which is very surprising. Estrada has the right to believe he won. He definitely won a good chunk of those rounds and made it very close, but he shouldn't be too bitter about it either because there was certainly no robbery there, and it sounds like most people think the Thai man probably won, as I say, overall out hustling and winning more rounds. Sounds like there might be a rematch, and Rungvisai, you gotta love it, these guys in the lower weights, and I mean, he's just willing to fight anybody. He's just like, yep, cool, rematch. He was asked about fighting Inoue, and he said he's up for that as well. If Inoue were to come down to 115, I think Inoue was only really waiting for Chocolatito, that mega fight. I don't think that's gonna happen now, of course, for obvious reasons. But if he were to fight Rungvisai, you'd have to favour the man from Thailand, I think, at the moment, showing he could outbox and out-hustle Estrada as well, showing that he really is a quality fighter. Inoue hasn't fought anybody like that. He's so physically strong at the weight. I think it'd be a great fight, but you'd have to favour Rungvisai. If there is a rematch with him and Estrada in September, that would be great. Superfly 3, count me in. It's tremendous. And there was a real buzz, I noticed, in the arena. People were really getting into that fight. There's a lot of support. The Superflies are bigger than people think. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. But really, for the closing remarks, I mean, where do you put Rungvisai now? Quality win. He goes further up those pound-for-pound lists. Could you put him as pound-for-pound #1? I don't know, maybe not so much on skills, but in accomplishments, who's got a better record than him? Certainly in the last 12 months, he's had a hell of a year, and you can only give the man a massive thumbs up.